Good afternoon, and thank you all for being with us today. We're excited about the message we're going to share with you today, and that's about encouraging our driving population about wearing their seatbelts. My name is Steve Dillard. I am the East Tennessee Law Enforcement Liaison for the Tennessee Highway Safety Office. First and foremost, I want to thank our media partners that are here with us today. Your message to the general public is so important, and with you being with us today, you'll be able to share with them some of the goals and objectives that we have as law enforcement agencies of trying to encourage our folks about wearing their seatbelts. Today, we do want to announce to you that we are conducting our SAFE campaign. And SAFE is an acronym for seatbelts are for everyone. And it is an event that we've been participating with for about 4 years now. What this means is we are on a mission of trying to save lives on our roadways. That means we want to protect you, protect your children, your friends, and your family, but just making sure that everyone takes time to click that seatbelt before they begin driving onto the roads. This event began February the 1st, and we're going to continue until August the 1st. And we're very fortunate that we have 20 agencies from the Fall Branch District that took this extra responsibility on to do their part in their communities, within their counties, and here in the state of Tennessee, in looking for those violators that continue to not abide by the law. Very quickly, I want to share with you those 20 agencies. The agencies that are participating with us is the Baileyton Police Department, Bean Station Police Department, Bluff City Police Department, Cocke County Sheriff's Office, ETSU, Elizabethton Police Department, Greene County Sheriff's Office, Hancock County Sheriff's Office, Hawkins County Sheriff's Office, Jefferson City Police Department, Johnson City Police Department, Jonesboro Public Safety Office, Kingsport Police Department, Mount Carmel Police Department, Parrottsville Police Department, Rutledge Police Department, Sullivan County Sheriff's Office, Unicoi County Sheriff's Department or Sheriff's Office, Walter State Community College, and the White Pine Police Department. Our biggest mission is to try to reduce fatalities on our roadways, as well as even our injury crashes. Nothing is more alarming for us as law enforcement officers than to have to go to the scene of a crash to realize that there is a fatality present. And then it's these men and women behind me, amongst others throughout the state, that has to go and deliver a death notification to a family. That's the most hardest thing for us to have to do, to share with that family that that loved one will not come home. As of today, here in the Fall Branch District of the Tennessee Highway Patrol, there's already been 23 fatalities reported just in this area, in this district. We are one down from where we was this same time period in 2017. As a state, we are 23 down across the state of Tennessee. We've had 161 deaths total at this point. And 161 deaths is just too many already. So what is our mission to our driving population? First of all, to all of you who drive on our roadways and our highways, we ask one thing. We ask for your help. We need your help to obey the law. We need your help to wear your seatbelt and to do what the law says. Behavior is the most challenging part that we have with our drivers. Everybody has their own idea of what they want to do when they get on the road. In the state of Tennessee right now, we are at 88.51 as a seatbelt usage rate, which is not bad. In 2016, we reached the highest point we'd ever been at, and that's at 88.95. So we dropped just a little bit last year. The good news is that our sedan drivers are doing much better. In the last survey that we completed, it was able to show that our car occupants and drivers were about 92% wearing their seatbelt. The problem that we've got is our rural areas. We're talking about the areas where pickup trucks are used a lot. We're talking about young men between the ages of 18 and 35 who are driving pickup trucks and they're not wearing belts. And I can tell you there's nothing more alarming than to drive up on the scene of a pickup truck, especially if it's rolled over and it's on its top. The officer does not see a driver nowhere, and they're trying to determine where is the driver. And then when the wrecker pulls that vehicle up onto its wheels, then we find that driver who was pinned underneath the cab because that driver chose not to wear their seatbelt. We know that statistically that seatbelts save lives. We know that more people are saved from a serious crash because of their seatbelts. As a state, we would like to have 100% usage rate, and that's what our ultimate goal is. But in the East Tennessee area, we're looking for 90%. We're going to try our best to hit 90%, and we're not far from this. And this can be obtained, but we've got to have the help of our drivers. So our message is very simple. Before you pull out of your driveway, before you pull out of a parking lot, whatever you're doing when you get behind the wheel of the car, take that second, click that seatbelt, and hopefully that's going to be the best decision you made, and hopefully it will help you survive if you're involved in a bad, serious crash. Please put your phones down and quit texting and driving. We're seeing this behavior way too much out here on the highways and the roadways. And drivers, if it's that important, you've got to see a message, pull over to a parking lot. Get somewhere off the roadway if you've got to read that message. Because texting, when it takes your attention off the road, it causes you to go distances that you're not even realizing you're going. And too much can happen in a split second. Slow down on our roadways. Speeding is a major problem. It's one that we need to remind drivers about, of slowing their speeds down. You cannot get where you're going when you're driving 40, 50 miles over the posted speed limit. And finally, as we prepare for spring is right around the corner, we know there's going to be a lot of parties getting together. People are going to be celebrating the warm weather, meaning there's going to be more traffic out on the road. Our motorcyclists are going to be out more in bunch and travels. We also know that people are going to be drinking. And we just ask you, if you're going to choose to drink and drive, don't do it. Have a designated driver. Make sure that somebody gets you and themselves somewhere safe. Today, I'm very appreciative and thankful for the Tennessee Highway Patrol. Our office has a great working relationship with the Tennessee Highway Patrol. Captain Street is a great leader in this area, and his staff are great to work with when we're looking at ways to try to save lives out here on the roads. So today, I want to introduce to you Lieutenant Richard Garrison. He's with the District 5 Tennessee Highway Patrol. And Lieutenant Garrison, would you share some comments with the group, please?
Seatbelts are for everyone. Since 2010, the Tennessee Highway Patrol has made a strong commitment to enforcing the seatbelt law. With our efforts, we have seen a 264% increase in seatbelt citations. But we're not here to talk about citations associated with this campaign. It's about saving lives. In 2017, Tennessee unrestrained passenger vehicle fatalities were 315. That's down from 336 in 2016. The bottom line is simple. 42% of the 1,040 Tennessee traffic fatalities last year were folks not wearing their seatbelts. We all have a goal of zero motor vehicle fatalities in Tennessee through education, volunteer compliance, or enforcement. So before you drive down that old country road, city street, state highway, or interstate, everyone should ask themselves, how many members of my circle of life am I willing to accept being killed in a car crash today, or tonight, or next week? We've often heard, who does it affect if I choose not to wear my seatbelt and get killed in a car crash? Our answer is everyone that knows or loves you will be affected. And that's why seatbelts are for everyone. Be accountable, take responsibility, and buckle up your loved ones and yourself, because we care.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Thank you for your words. The Tennessee Highway Safety Office has a great working partnership with so many of these agencies that are here with us today. I work really close one-on-one with them. One of our agencies is the Rutledge Police Department, and I'm very appreciative of Chief Richard McInnes being with us today. And Chief, would you share some comments with the group, please?
The Rutledge Police Department is participating in this year's SAFE campaign. We believe that seat belts save lives and reduce injuries in crashes. We, as a department, will start to emphasize the importance of seat belts with our added patrols of locating the drivers not using their seat belts. We have been able to keep the fatalities in the city of Rutledge to a minimum with our partnership with the Tennessee Highway Safety Office. Stephen Covey made this comment: "I'm not a product of my circumstances, I'm a product of my decisions." With every decision that we make, there's a consequence to that decision. We live in a time that we hear this far too often: just live your life the way you want to and everything will be all right. This statement holds some very unpractical truths. Yes, it is your life, and yes, you have choices, but you don't have the choice, you don't have the right to choose the outcome of your choices. When we was little, we learned a life lesson by touching a hot stove or a hot plate. We learned we didn't do that again because we got burnt. Not using your seat belt can teach you a life lesson in the same way. It may be as simple as meeting one of these officers that's working behind me or standing here and getting a seatbelt ticket. Or it may be a real tough life lesson when you lose a dear loved one that you know. The Gaither Vocal Band sings a song, and I think it's real fitting for what we're talking about today. It wasn't written for seatbelt enforcement or emphasis. It says, "Let it start in me. There's a new day arising, a brand new day. There's a strong wind stirring across the ancient graves. There's a voice that's calling, will you be set free? There's a change a-coming, let it start in me." You know, there's a change a-coming with the use of seat belts in the state of Tennessee. We've been on a slow rise over the past few years. This year we've dropped just a little bit, but we've gradually been making that change. Whether we use our seat belts or whether we don't, it's a choice that we all have to make. This here is a picture of my granddaughter. If I choose to not buckle up my seat belt, then someone's going to have to step up to be her grandparent, her mentor. I ask that we think about our loved ones. We've all got smartphones, we've all got pictures on them. Take one out, look at it when you make that choice to drive down the road and you're not buckled up. And as Stephen Covey said, we're not a product of our circumstances, we're a product of our decisions that we make. Thank you all.
Thank you, Chief. Excellent, excellent words of advice. Another one of our partners that we work very close with is the Greene County Sheriff's Office, and I appreciate Sergeant Michelle Hope being with us, and she's going to share a few comments with you. So, Sarge, share a few comments.
Okay, you've heard several stats about our seatbelt usage and our fatalities in Tennessee, so I'm more of a hands-on visual person, so I want to just share with you something. I want everybody up here to just switch over to this side of the room, just for a minute. Then I'll move you back, I promise. Now, I want 3 of you, I don't care who, 3 of you to move right over here. Okay. This is going to represent our seat-belted people and our non-seat-belted people. Historically, our fatalities are that half the fatalities are wearing seatbelts and half are not. So, and I don't wish this on anyone, but I'm going to pretend that this afternoon, as everybody's going home, there's going to be 4 fatalities involving this group by no choice of their own. We're going to say a sinkhole opens up and they all crash into it, okay? So I want And I know you don't want to volunteer for this, but since there's going to be 4 fatalities, I need 2 from this side and 2 from this side. That's going to be involved in fatalities.
Go where?
Just 2, right up here. Just 2. And then 2 from this side. All it took was a click of the seatbelt to be in this group. Would you like for your stats to come from this side? Your chances to come from this side? I'd rather take my chances on this side. You guys can move back. Sorry.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you for that demonstration, and everybody's fine with it. In closing, let me just share this as we close this press event out. You know, we've shared a message, and it's a very simple message. And Sergeant Hope's analogy was pretty much right on the point. We don't want a life lost because of a bad choice or decision. So today, when you get out, or even tomorrow when you go to work, you go to school, whatever you may be doing, just take that time to put that seatbelt on and have yourself ready. An accident can happen unexpectedly. We just don't want you to be a statistic to that accident. And Lieutenant Garrison said this, and I want to just reiterate it to you. This campaign has absolutely nothing to do with writing tickets or trying to get how many can be written and this and that. The ultimate mission of this campaign is we want to see our fatalities decrease, our injury crashes decrease, and our property damages decrease. If we can work together as a driving population and law enforcement, you'll be amazed at what we can achieve and what we can accomplish. So by saying that, thank you all for being with us. To our media, thank you for taking time of your schedule to be with us. And at this point in time, this press event concludes.